Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World video, where today we will be discussing a topic that has been forgotten ever since the Fallen Kingdom days back in 2018. It seems like yesterday, but the movie was released nearly 5 years ago. Crazy to think how fast time has been flying by recently. While Fallen Kingdom was probably one of the worst Jurassic films by public ratings, it's wrong to say that it doesn't have a fan base surrounding it. For me, it's definitely one of my least favourites. However, that doesn't mean that I don't like it. It's one that always stands out to me and is one that I can definitely enjoy no matter how many times I watch it. But one thing that stands out from Fallen Kingdom is the hybrid of the Indoraptor, the main showcase of the movie. A fierce creature and probably the second most erratic and crazy dinosaur from the Jurassic franchise, closely followed behind with the Scorpius Rex. But did you know, just like the Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor was supposed to have a sibling contrasting the original colour of the dinosaur that we see in the movie? So, this is the forgotten story of the Indoraptor's white sibling. The Indoraptor was a dinosaur that was first introduced in 2018 via the movie of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It was the fourth and final hybrid dinosaur in the Jurassic timeline so far, but only the second hybrid dinosaur we were visually introduced to in order of release. It's undoubtedly many people's favourite dinosaur across the franchise, with loads of love shown to it each and every year. And why not? After all, it gave us the closest to the horror genre in Jurassic for the first time since the original Jurassic Park movie back in 1993. And yes, it's safe to say that's something that the Jurassic franchise is sadly lacking. Overall, the Indoraptor was actually a really enjoyable dinosaur that I wish we could have seen more of. And we almost did for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Back in late 2018, some brand new concept art of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom released that showed off some odd and creepy looking Indoraptors. Some with warts on their face and some with just a crazy look. However, you can see that in these early concept arts of the Indoraptor, you'll notice that the colorization of the creature is slightly different. It's actually white. Well, that's simply because the White Indoraptor was originally supposed to be in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and it even had a scheduled and drawn out scene for the movie too. In a previous video of mine, we discussed the Spinosaurus and how the Spinosaurus scene in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was actually storyboarded. What this means is that in the original plans and script of the movie, there were ideas that were drawn out on paper that were initially intended to be produced and created for the actual movie. Storyboards help bring an early visualization to the actors and producers of the movie so that they can imagine a scene that will most likely be very costly to film or contains heavy CGI. Obviously, a dinosaur is heavy CGI. So that goes to show that the White Indoraptor was always initially intended to be in a scene within Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, meaning that this is yet again another deleted scene of the many from this movie. Now before we continue further, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. This way you can stay up to date on all of the news and theories coming from the Jurassic franchise. We're also aiming for over 200,000 subscribers by the end of June, so you 86% of people who aren't subscribed watching my videos, please do consider changing that subscribe button to grey instead of red. But the White Indoraptor was supposed to be in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we've already established that, but what exactly was it meant to do? Well, some early concept art showed that the white and black Indoraptor were supposed to square off in a battle that I would assume was most likely to the death. This battle would have solidified the alpha of the two hybrids. As we know, the Black Indoraptor made its way to the final cut of the movie and was supposed to be the contrast to the White Indominus Rex, so we can only assume that this battle would have led to the Black Indoraptor winning. Now, I'm not sure as to why they would be fighting in the first place. I'm sure that their aggression levels would be an excuse here, but there's equal possibility that Wu and other scientists pitted them together to work on some abilities and test their battling attributes as new creations. After all, we did see that there were more eggs to be used that contained Indoraptors for the future, so it's entirely possible that when one Indoraptor is killed, another one is born to continue testing for these prototypes. Now, as we know, the Indominus Rex had a very similar story, as two of them were originally born and planned for Jurassic World. However, at a very young age, the Indominus Rex that we know of today ended up killing off her sister, leaving her to be the last of her kind. So, it's within reason that they decided to remove this deleted scene of the Indoraptor killing his sibling, as it would have represented the Indominus Rex's storyline far too much. Not only that, but killing off the White Indoraptor could have been a symbolic finalization of the Indominus Rex, which we also saw as a white creature. Well, when it wasn't camouflaging.
It can camouflage!
Obviously, two hybrid dinosaurs fighting each other is a great, massive CGI battle to witness. I really love the idea of having two identical, yet so different, aggressive hybrids battling off face to face. Again, another thing that's sadly lacking in Jurassic. The only time that this has ever happened would be back in Camp Cretaceous Season 3, where we see two Scorpius Rexes battling out for dominance within the Jurassic Park Original Visitor Center. So, should this Indoraptor battle have gone ahead, it would have set us up more for the Scorpius Rex face-off that happened in 2016 but released in 2021. Again, we must revisit the idea that the White Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex might have been heavily linked. I believe that this White Indoraptor would have been the first prototype of this creature, as it shares a similar resemblance and colour scheme to the Indominus Rex, which we know is heavily used within its genetic makeup. This then would have led up to the scene where we see the Black Indoraptor kill off the White Indoraptor to show that it's more perfected and an adequate species that's been slightly genetically changed to be well suited for warfare of the modern age, as we know that was the intention behind this creature all along. After all, we do hear Vic Hoskins mention this moment before his death in Jurassic World.
That one? Fraction of the size? Deadly? Intelligent? Able to hide from the most advanced military technology. A living weapon unlike anything we've ever seen.
So, the White Indoraptor, from what we can tell by the early images, would have actually had a very sad story. We predict that this Indoraptor would have been the original Indoraptor and the first one ever made, given its resemblance to the Indominus Rex, where its genome was heavily used within its genetic coding. Hence why it potentially had the white colouring. We also assume that it would have been treated horribly and bullied for the majority portion of its life. We also know that it would have grown very quickly with its accelerated growth rate that Dr. Henry Wu would have added to the creature to speed up the process. So, overall, it was heavily abused. Kind of like the Indoraptor we finally saw in the movie, but maybe a little worse. Soon after this, we see that Dr. Wu would have found a way to make another Indoraptor. Indoraptor 2.0 if you must. Indoraptor 2.0 if you want to put a fun name to it. This would have been the pure black Indoraptor that would have ultimately fought with the White Indoraptor. Again, we still don't know whether this would have been within the manor after they broke out of their enclosures, or if it were to have been a forced battle to the death with the two creatures, which would have shown the Black Indoraptor as the more dominant and threat for the movie, as it seemed to have been more perfected and stronger than the white one that we originally were supposed to see. And that gives the meaning that this would most likely have been the story of the White Indoraptor. It started its life off being abused, it was then forced to fight with itself, but stronger, and ultimately would have likely have been killed off by the Black Indoraptor, and its story ends there. But we can safely say that after this Black Indoraptor, we could have seen a more perfected version of another Indoraptor after. After all, this Indoraptor was created way before Blue's blood sample arrived at the labs, and not only that, we don't see the stripe in the concept art, meaning there's a chance, albeit a slim chance, that another perfected hybrid Indoraptor was ready to make way as the more dominant one after it acquired Blue's DNA and was improved by Dr. Wu. But that all happened in another universe away from ours, and most importantly, away from the Jurassic main universe that we all currently know and love. It would have been a really cool what if scenario, but for now, it all remains shredded in mystery with a little bit of theory added to it. It would have been awesome to have seen these two battle, and most importantly, it would have been awesome to have seen a White Indoraptor. I feel like it would have set the tone of the main Indoraptor much better should we have seen it kill off one of its own kind very early in the movie. Yes, it may have spoiled the reveal of the creature so early on, but it would have undoubtedly set up a different vibe of this creature when we see it later on. I also don't believe that we actually see it kill any other living species besides humans either. So again, that's something else that we missed out on. But that was the forgotten story of the deleted White Indoraptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like the video and feel free to also let me know your thoughts and opinions of the White Indoraptor down in the comments below. Any form of engagement will actually help the video out and reach that almighty YouTube algorithm. So if you fancy and not commenting your opinion, why not comment down your favourite animal or something similar? But don't forget to also subscribe to the channel so we can lower the unsubscribe percentage to around 80% and potentially even reach 200,000 subscribers in just a few months' time. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.